My sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You want to sing that first? No, that's it. Okay. All right. So she also recalls stringing tobacco and picking cotton to help with family finances. So what are we going to start with?
That was a fast intro.
I know.
The first year of school, Mother was in a one-room class. She recalls walking into the school with her siblings, taking her lunch that her mom had wrapped in newspaper. As a teenager, Polly enjoyed parties at her friends' homes, including peanut boilings, marshmallow roast, and wiener roast. Chicken purloos were also popular. Some Saturdays, as a special treat, she would go to the local theater and see a double feature for 25 cents. Her favorite Western hero was Roy Rogers.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. We smile and until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
All right, in 1947, Polly was the first member of her family to graduate from high school. She then went to a technical school in Tallahassee where she majored in business education. After becoming a Christian in 1950, she became the secretary at First Baptist Church in Tallahassee. While she was working at the church, she met Dan Padgett, an FSU student. He had plans to go to seminary. She also felt the Lord leading her to seminary.
But according to Papa, my dad, she went to seminary to find a husband.
But we're taking Mother's word for it. The Lord led her there, and that's the truth. That's what we're sticking with. Some mutual friends at Southwestern Seminary in Fort Worth, Texas, invited Polly and Dan to supper at their home. After that, they began dating. Their first date was seeing the movie 3 Coins in the Fountain. 3 coins in the fountain, through the ripples how they shine. Just one wish will be granted, one heart will wear a valentine. Make it mine, make it mine, make it mine. Well,
Their first wish was granted, and Polly and Dan were married in 1954. In 1955, they had their first child, Pamela June.
and I'm Pamela June. And this is Paula Booth, she was born in 1957. After Dan graduated from the seminary, the family moved back to Tallahassee and began their ministry at Thomasville Road Baptist Church, where in 1962, Philip Daniel was born.
In 1965, the family moved to Jacksonville and then to Nashville in 1970. Wherever we lived, Mom was always involved in the church, teaching children, writing curriculum, leading conferences, or working as a part-time church secretary. When the family moved to Nashville, Dad worked at the Baptist Sunday School Board. After a little over 3 years, Dad was tired of the traffic and feeling the pull to go back to his roots in Northwest Florida.
So he went back to his country roads in Northwest Florida.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, my mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads.
Thank you, Preston. Here. Mom no longer worked outside the home, but continued to write curriculum for young children until 1986.
In 1978, she became a grandmother to Heather and Ed Hughes. Heather, are you over there? Heather's providing the slideshow today. She's done a lot of work with the name tags and things like that. I really appreciate what Heather's done. In 1981, her first grandson was born, Mark Alden Hughes. Mark, where are you? Mark's back there. Mark did the morph of the facial images and our salad shooters and fruit kebabs. And he also wrote a poem for grandmother, which he has asked Tinsley to read.
Okay. A daffodil rising from soybean field, seed of a sharecropper, its flower has grown. Beauty and grace will form, this farm will yield, in flour sack frocks with tin can clothes. Into a fountain 3 coins were thrown, 2 wishes granted, 1 woman, 1 man. 3 blessed children to call their own, and a new generation so began. Called God's good grace for young and old, often quilted into patterned squares. On Sunday morning, children would be told. Ears stem to the sounds of detestation, loving kindness on the lips. Awareness found through silent observation, words of encouragement in her scripts. Cross-stitched memories forever to be treasured, thoughts of long summer days to be preserved. For her, our affection can't be measured, true love and admiration, and love well deserved.
From 1983 to 2000, she was a member of the Westville Senior Citizens Quilters Club and was elected chaplain and led devotionals each week. She made beautiful quilts and made many friends and family members, and they were the beneficiaries of her efforts. And I hope y'all gotten a chance to look at the quilts over there. She, I think at one time you told me you could get 2 quilts in a year. You would do the piecing yourself, and they would gather once a week, and they would all quilt on a quilt. So we're lucky to have those here. During this time, Mom and Dad also fostered several children. Mom also took a horticultural course and enjoyed landscaping. She would pick flowers from her garden and make an arrangement for the pulpit on Sunday mornings, and that was when Dad was preaching. She would do that. In 1991, 10 years after their last grandchild was born, Daniel Dylan Padgett arrived. And Dylan is with us today, and he has just purchased a new home in Michigan, so we're excited for him. Glad you could be here, Dylan. Later that year, at the age of 61, Mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and had a mastectomy. She was very fortunate that it had not spread and has been cancer-free since then. In 1992, Mom and Dad took their only trip abroad. Paula's husband Jim was in the Navy and stationed in Spain at the time. They enjoyed visiting Germany, Austria, France, and Spain. Paul's got a story to tell us about that.
Mother, you may have to help me with this one. When we were traveling by train from France back into Spain, we were taking a night train, and we were all in the same sleep cabin. My late husband, myself, Mom, and Dad. And Dad said, "No, there's not enough room here. I'm going to go to a different train car because I need to spread out with Mom." So he walked down 2 or 3 train cars and found a spot where there wasn't anybody, and they settled down for the night. Well, sometime during the night, a Spanish train conductor or whatever, came and knocked on their door and said, "Blah, blah, 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 Madrid, blah, 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 Madrid." So Daddy kind of woke up and thought, "Nah, I'm going back to sleep." So a few minutes later, he came knocking again, harder. "Blah, blah, blah, Madrid, blah, 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 Madrid." And it sounded pretty urgent. So Daddy thought, "I might better just get up and check and see what's going on. I'll go ask Paula and John what they think." So he started out of the train car towards ours, and when he opened the door, he saw nothing but train tracks. The rest of the train had been moved to a different site because this train that they were on were not going to Madrid. They were going some unknown place, but not with us. Of course, I think I had all the passports, all the identification. Did I have all the money? I think you had nothing but the clothes on your back at that point. So, of course, he panicked, went and woke Mother up and said, "We got to find the train that Paula and Jim are on." Well, I don't know if you've ever been to Spain. The Spaniards don't get too excited about anything. And when he went and asked a group of them that were standing around what happened to the rest of the train, they gave the old Spanish salute, which is... And so he persisted and persisted until he could find one that could understand what he was saying. And they, were kind enough to lead Mother over several different train tracks into our train, which thankfully had not left the port. We were happy that we didn't lose Mom and Dad. That's right. Did I tell her?
In 1993, Gabriella Luciana Padgett was born, and Gabriella now is living in Dallas. Oh, there you are, Gabriella. Gabriella is living in Dallas with her husband Jeffrey, and she is expecting the 5th great-grandchild and Philip's 1st grandchild. And because she's due this month, she felt it not the best of ideas to come and join us. So she's on Facebook here, enjoying this. Hi, Gabriella. Good to see you. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Gabriella? Is there anything you would like to say? All right. Thank you, Gabriella. In 1996, Meredith Lillian Padgett arrived and was named in Mom's honor. Meredith just got married last year in Brooklyn, New York, and Mom was able to make that trip to her wedding. Because she does live in New York and was going to have to take a plane to get here, she felt like it might be better to not expose you on anything that New York might have to offer. So, Meredith, are you on Facebook now? Hey, Meredith. Is there anything you'd like to tell us today? Thank you, Meredith, for joining us in that way. That's perfect. We wish you were here, but we understand. Highly disappointed, but understand. Okay. In 1997, while Paula was living in Hawaii, Callan Paula Gresta was born. Callan, there's Callan. Callan is studying engineering at Tennessee Tech. In 1998,
Catherine Padgett was born right here. And she's at Jackson University studying psychology. Yeah. And you'll graduate in the summer of this year. In 1999, Abigail Suzanne Agresta joined the family as my daughter. And she's at UTC taking online classes right now, and Chat State, I think. She's taking a couple different. So, in 2002, Preston Milligan Padgett arrived, bringing the total of grandchildren to 9.
In 2005, Tinsley Grace Parker became the first great-grandchild and my first grandchild. And she's accompanied today on the ukulele. And then Savannah Lee Parker followed in 2007. And Savannah would like to quote a Bible verse for us.
This is a Bible verse that both me and grandmother both really love. This is Psalm 23. I lost it. The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my soul. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest of valley, I fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. We both love this verse because it talks about how God will always be with us through the darkest times and the brightest days. Another one of her favorite passages is the love chapter. I think that was 1 Corinthians 13. She loves this passage because Dan, my papa, told her this the first night that they were married. Isn't that sweet?
In 2009, Mark and Wendy traveled to Ethiopia to bring back their daughter, Amara Bantu Hughes. Amara, there's Amara. Amara, is there anything you'd like to share? You love grandmother. She is. She's having a good time. Amara likes to play sports. She's into volleyball and basketball and soccer. She's our athlete. In 2011, the first great-grandson, Ari Jacob Parker, arrived, bringing the total of great-grandchildren to 4. Ari, where are you? Oh, there you are. Is there anything you'd like to say? You love grandmother very much. We know you do. And he's a big sports fan, too. On TV, playing it, it's just, he's all about sports. And Brawl Stars on his video, right? Okay. Okay, now this one is where it's going to get a little sticky here. You know, you can't have a luau without having what is it? A hula. Yeah, a hula dance. But we're not going to hula dance. But Mother did clear this with Brother Reed. She was very concerned that you can't dance at a Baptist church. So we're going to just gently do the hula. So if I can get my, I think, are y'all going to play hula? And where are my partners that said they would hula with us? Catherine, you said you would hula.
Let's go.
Okay. All right, and anybody else, you know, all right, who's my friend back there that's got the grass skirt on? you know, you're ready for this, so, all right. She was going to sing with it. Can y'all do that without me? All right, y'all ready?
I said, grandmother looking over like, y'all two ain't getting in there? Where my grandson's at?
All right, ready? Oh, we're going to a hooky-low, a hooky-low. Everybody loves a hooky-low, where the low is the cowgirl and the visited Triune Baptist Church. Mom and Dad had met W.O. and Eleanor Johnson. I know a lot of y'all might remember them. They met them in Florida, and then they learned that Bill Cox also attended Triune, and they moved him from the Baptist Sunday School Board. Unfortunately, they weren't here long before Dad was diagnosed with an inoperable thoracic aneurysm. On December 10, 2012, Mom lost the love of her life when Dad went to be with the Lord, and we all miss him. But Mom continues to be a wonderful friend, mom, grandmother, and great-grandmother. She enjoys her Sunday school class, the Widows Group, shopping for groceries, and cooking for her family. Her hobbies include cross-stitch, which she has on display here too, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and reading Christian novels. Mom, come up here just a minute. Woo! You all are really, I know. You all are very special to her, and we do appreciate y'all coming today. Like I said, she does love her church, and especially, I know she goes out to eat with you every Sunday after church. You're a very special friend, and you take her, and we appreciate that. Mom, for your 70th birthday, you celebrated at the farmhouse in Georgia, where you were born. For your 80th birthday, you celebrated in Florida, where you lived for 40 years. Now we're at your 90th here in Tennessee. So I don't know what's going to...
Yeah, where were the 100th be?
Yeah. I don't know that we're going to... I mean, we'll do something though, Mom, so just hang right in there, okay? All right. Is there anything you would like to say?
I would just like to thank all of you friends for coming out and making this such a special occasion for me. Especially my family, my 3 children, my grandchildren and great-grandchildren all had a part in this special occasion. And there is one person I would like to recognize, Joyce Nichols. Where is she? She's going to be 90 next month. So. You never do anything on a small scale.
Well, I just want you to know that everybody that called and said they were coming said how much they loved you and how precious you were and how sweet you were. And I just had to say, yeah, I know, she is really, I know. There's nothing bad anybody can ever say about you.
Yeah, I'll have to live up to all those.
Yeah, you will. Okay, so as our final little tribute, we're going to sing happy birthday to you. All right? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Golly. Happy birthday to you.
And I've been very, very happy.
All right, well, the dessert table's still open, and y'all stay around as long as you want. Look at the stuff we got, the pictures. I just think they're good. I'll give them a good job of those, and hopefully you'll enjoy those.